Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of my Gotham Season 2 reviews. As a little bit earlier again on a Tuesday, we have this natural light which is good. Back in front of my trademark wall. Yeah, just a quick spoiler alert guys for all of Gotham basically. I'm not even going to specify now because we're in so much into it. I can't find Season 2 now, so just all of Gotham if I need to use it. Yeah, hope you enjoy this episode. Okay then, so we're going to jump straight into it then with the title of the episode. So the episode we're going to be reviewing is Season 2, Episode 7, Mummy's Little Monster. Now I assume the title is because Penguin's mother finally found out how much of a monster her little Oswald is, and also it kind of revolved mostly around Penguin, so I assume that's why the title would refer to him and his mum, or his mother, yeah. Now my 5 words are under this week. I've only got 2 words, and the 2 words are, how exciting. You'll see why it's exciting as we go through this review. So on to our characters then. So the first character we're going to look at is Jim Gordon. Now he was great this week. I thought there was so much character development. He was excellent throughout. Ben McKenzie as an actor. The standoff with Zaz whilst Jim and Harvey were trying to get information out of Butch, that was really well performed. I thought it was really well acted, as was the Penguin in Penguins versus the GCPD shoot off at the end. I thought he was really good in that as well. And the end scene was great because now that Galavan's plan has been revealed to Jim, and Jim knows what he's really like. I think the fact that he's going after him is risky, but also it's going to be interesting to see how he goes after him. Yeah, next. Harvey Bullock. He had quite a bit to do this week, which I was really pleased about. We haven't seen much kind of in the way of action this season from him, whereas we saw quite a bit of action from in Season 1. So this episode, it was really good to see him getting involved in some of the action sequences that we've had. This episode. So on to the police captain, so Captain Nathaniel Barnes. I think this week again, like last week, he didn't have enough to do. For me, it felt like he's not being used to his full potential just yet. So I wasn't really happy about that. I'd like to see him in it a bit more next week. But the scenes that he were in was good. The scenes that he was in, sorry, were good. On to Leslie Thompkins. Now the one scene that she was in, or she was in a couple of scenes, but the scene that stands out for me was the one that she was in with Nicola. The scene where they were talking about getting advice about what to do with Kristen, because she doesn't realise that she's dead yet. And that scene that she was in was performed really well. She did so well in it. But again, I don't think she's in it enough. She's not in it enough for me to be satisfied by her character or her character development, should I say. So I need a bit more from her. And finally then, Bruce and Alfred. Now Alfred was only in it for one scene. I don't think that's really enough for him. He's such a good character, and I don't think he's given me enough to work with in terms of character development. I'm not feeling satisfied by Alfred's involvement in the programme. Bruce's love triangle, I think, is not going well at all. So he loves Silver, Silver loves him, but Selena loves Bruce. And I think it's just kind of going, or Selena likes him, no, I wouldn't say love. But I think it's just really sad that he told Selena to kind of leave him alone, because he didn't believe her about Silver, even though Selena was telling the truth. But we'll come on to a little bit more in a minute. Penguin, next. Now I've got one word to say about Penguin. Wow. Because we think we saw a really humane side to him this week as his mother got murdered, and she was killed by Tabitha. His plan to kill Butch backfired. The horrific massacre at Galavan's party was very clever, I think. The fact that he dressed all of his men up as himself, as decoys. And the standoff with Jim and Harvey near the end was absolutely amazing. I was worried when he got shot, but obviously I'm pretty sure he's going to live because he's one of the main villains in the comic book, so it's unlikely they're going to kill off Penguin. they do, it'll be very upset because I'll be very upset because I really like him. Robin Lord Taylor is just such a fantastic actor. I'm not sure they kill him off anyway. So on to Butch Gilzine. Now I was right about Butch. Tabitha did undo his kind of programming or whatever she did to him, his brainwashing, and he is now back under his own control. So he betrayed Penguin, started his own group. I think this is going to get really wild. There's going to be so many rivalries over the next few weeks. And Penguin's going to be against Butch. Butch is also going to be against the police. The police are going to be against Butch. Galavan's going to be against Butch. Butch is going to be against the Galavan. It's all going to go really wrong. It's going to be a massive wild ride. Yeah, I think it's just going to be brilliant to see what happens next with Butch. Victor Zsasz. Now, he was only in it for one scene this week, but the scene that he was in was very, very, very good. So I can't complain, really. Even though I would like to see more of him, I think what he's doing, the fact they're bringing him in for one scene kind of every other episode, is fine with me at the moment. It seems to be that I'm not really missing him too much, so I don't mind that. Selena then. I was really sad that she was ejected by Bruce, even though she was trying to help him. Kind of, Selena got pushed out, and that was really upset, I think, for me to see as a fan of Selena Kyle's. I just think it's really sad. And I was really upset when she saw Bruce kiss Silver through the Galavan's window, because she was outside and she saw them kiss, and I think, I just think she's going to start getting on the warpath, and she possibly might do something to Silver that she might regret in future episodes, but I don't know, we'll have to see. Comment down below if you think that she might do something to Silver. I don't know. Don't spoil it though if you watch it. Edward Nigma then. I think that this episode is probably the greatest episode we've had of him so far. I really think that the Riddler has taken over now, because we saw the introduction of his infamous question marks. We started to see him kind of really argue with himself. In the end of the episode, the two personalities merged. Trying to find Kristen Kringle's body that he'd hidden himself at the police station the night before was really interesting. But seeing him wrestle with himself was scary, but also quite thrilling. I think I found it really exciting to watch him wrestle with himself, and just to see him become the Riddler. Finally, then on to the Galavans now. Theo's plans have been revealed to Jim, which means that he's no longer safe. Killing Penguin's mother in front of Penguin, I think, was really vicious and devious. It looks like he's going to become the mayor now, which I think will just be a disaster for Gotham. I don't really think that there's much going on between Galavan and anybody else in kind of any other villains. I don't think that he's willing to kind of associate himself with any other villains. I think he just wants to be the standalone villain. Him and his sister Tabitha, and possibly Barbara as well, but Barbara wasn't in it at all last night, which was really upsetting. Again, she seems to be left out. I think Tabitha's murders of the Penguin decoy and Martinez, a member of the GCPD strike force, were really brutal. The first one she shot by the decoy, but Martinez, she got her whip out and caught his leg and pulled him onto the ground, and then stabbed him through the neck with her stiletto. She put her stiletto on his neck, and the point went straight into her into his neck, which was really quite horrible to watch. It was really gruesome, but it was quite good. And I think her shooting Penguin at the end was a brave move, because I think that he's now going to want revenge, which is going to be really bad for her and Theo. The lack of Barbara, as I said earlier, and also the lack of Lucius is getting noticeable now. Although on the plus side, Harvey didn't come back for a little bit. He was in it a couple of scenes. I want to know what his involvement is with Galavan, because he seemed to be following Galavan around last night's episode, so I want to know what his involvement is with Galavan. So, in my conclusion then, it's a fantastic episode, built even more on last week's excitement, and I really am excited to see where they take it next week, given that we've just learned all of this new stuff about Galavan, and now we're no longer in dramatic irony. We now that Jim knows what's going on. So now that Jim knows, it's going to be interesting what happens. And see how he sets out to kind of bring him down now. I think Jim's realising what mistake he made by endorsing his mayor. So finally then, my overall rating for this week's episode is a 9 out of 10. So we're getting back up into these 9s now, which is good. So we're starting to see the excitement from episode 2 and 3 up into episode 7 now, which is a 9 out of 10. So yeah guys, that's my review for Gotham Season 2 Episode 7, Mummy's Little Monster. Hope you enjoyed it guys. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. And please like and you just like. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. See you later. Bye.